Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and welcome to This Week On. Now, let's get some news out of the way. Tomorrow's live show will be cancelled. It'll be back on the 21st of June, so that's next Sunday. As tomorrow, we're going to be doing a special coverage of E3, because it was a virtual E3 this week, which is the mecca of video games. We're basically just doing a one-off special for that to show some really great news and some great games from there that aren't being covered on the main channels of gaming, which we think should be, as it's my top picks from E3 this year so far. Anyway, so that's a kind of a one-off special, moving away from board games just for one day, just to any fans out there that are interested in board games and have been watching E3 that want to know my take on it, as I've got 25 years playing computer games and I'm mainly a PC gamer at heart. Anyhow, that'll be tomorrow, so look out for that. As for today, let's talk about the big news this week. Was really a super great game that popped up on Kickstarter that we covered on Friday. Yeah, that's basically the big news, and I'll talk about that just in a minute. So let's look at the 4 games that we covered this week. First this week we covered the Fire Tower game, which is back on Kickstarter with a new expansion that looks great. Also, we took a second look at Kemet, as it did so many new things on it, so many updates, and we absolutely recommend it now. Also, we looked at Dice Miner, a really cool dice game actually, which has still yet to show stuff on the Kickstarter, which it will be doing, don't worry, so we'll be telling you about that later. And finally, the super amazing game Eila, that was just incredible, and I'll say it now, it got Kickstarter of the week straight out of the bat, because it is an incredible masterpiece and it's a game we've all been waiting for. It just really is. We'll say more when we go to the channel, when we go to that part of the channel new updates. Oh yes. Anyhow, let's go to the big 4, and we'll start off with Fire Tower. Now, Fire Tower is back on Kickstarter, a success in 2018, and it's basically a game where you are pushing wind and natural things to push the fire away from your base in the corner of the map. It really is cool, and the expansion is a must, because when you get eliminated in the base game, you're basically out, player elimination, but this one lets you, the expansion makes you become a new threat, where you roll the dice and you can push the flames to your enemies that knocked you out in the game. So it's really, really cool. Adds new features, including a great solo mode, a 2 versus 2, and also like a team game, and also like a 3-player game also, which is cool. Has these Firehawks, a bit of fantasy where you can pick up the fire and push it across the board, and new event cards that are coming in. You can see the like heavy rain and dry storm and things like that. And the shadow of the wood is what happens if you die now, where you can now still affect the game. So you're out of the game, yes, but you're now playing a person to kill everybody in it, so it's cool. So yeah, it's a really good game. We really recommend it. Check our video out. Super cool. And that is the new centerpiece. Wow. Get the expansion. If you have the base, it's totally, totally worth it. Hell yeah. Yes, when we looked at Kemet first, it was a huge disappointment, and it didn't even show much of the game, but hallelujah! So many updates to the Kickstarter. We had to come for a second look, and wow, we were blown away. Come set, highly recommended now, and absolutely great. It's shown off the minis, it's shown off everything that it needed to show off. Just a bunch of stuff that we thought was really missing from the Kickstarter page, but it's now living up to it, and Madigo are now in the Premier League of Kickstarter, thankfully. Another French company to the Neo-Renaissance Francais, the great French companies on Kickstarter that is blowing every other company out of the water. They are the best country in the world now on Kickstarter, in my opinion. Yeah, they've got some great add-ons as well now, including a Cthulhu expansion, which some people are annoyed at, but come on, it's an optional add-on. And I love it, actually. It looks fantastic, that add-on. So adding a bit of fantasy to the world. I mean, it already is fantasy. The gods of Egypt are already fantasy. Anyway, the minis, they look cool that they're showing off now. And, oh, and the big thing, the elephant in the room, was the black and white cards have now been coloured, finally. So, yeah, that was the big thing that really annoyed me from it, was the black and white and coloured cards, which look ridiculous. Yeah, they've actually bringing them out in colour now, so it's fixed the biggest problem for the game for me. And wow, we totally recommend it. We hopefully get it on Lake Pledge, because we've been stacked with getting games, because it's been so good this year. So yeah, we just wish that it came out the gate like that. As we may have had the money budget to back Kemet, but it went to other projects. But hey, you know, that's what late pledging's about. And yeah, totally looks wonderful, and the board looks cool here on the video. And I love the Kemet logo. It's all good now, Kemet. We love you. All good. Do check out our second video of Kemet. Oh, Dice Miner. Every gamer loves dice chucking. Yeah, it's a really cool game where you're stacking dice down a mountain, and then you're picking them off once at a time, all giving you special points and things like that. The actual gameplay is really, really cool. Super cool custom dice. They're doing a lot of voting on the stretch goals and stuff like that, so we still don't know what the cup looks like, or we don't know what the bags look like, but this is all getting done through people in the stretch goals. So potentially we'll find out what it all looks like when the Kickstarter's nearing its end. Because if we look in the updates here, it's survey all the way down. But yes, the solo video is now available for everybody to look at. And more heroes. Everyone's keep voting for heroes, which is really cool. And I'll tell you what, this game's getting good. It's evolving as well. The solo play mode is looking nice. Oh yeah, those people on the fence, come and look at this video. It will judge it one way or another. But we're still waiting for the bag and the dice cup to come out. We want to have a look at it. We want to see it, because it could be worth a back. It definitely could be worth a back. Well, there's 9 days to go. We'll keep an eye on it. We recommend you remind yourselves of it as well. And yeah, it's a really, really good, cool game with some good Kickstarter exclusives and stretch goals that are all getting voted on. So good social happenings up in the comments. And so Atlas, you've done a good job here on Kickstarter, and we highly recommend the game. Oh yeah, check out a video out for more info on it. Now, Eila is Kickstarter of the week. This game blew us away. We've been waiting for a great Kickstarter game to play with a 7-year-old, possibly a 6-year-old, and wow, this has surprised us so much. It's an adventure game. Choose your own adventure. Your choices matter in the future, because once you've finished a chapter, everything that you've done affects the next chapter. It follows with you in the story, which is phenomenal. It's an RPG. Resource management claiming also. So many good Kickstarter things are blowing up on the stretch goals. Unique art on every card. Wow, wow, wow. And it's like when you choose A, B or C on the card, you're pulling out from the numbered decks, a bit like Seventh Continent, and you've got a map tile you're exploring like Seventh Continent or Tainted Grail, but this is for children or those adults that like cute, cuddly games. It also has a deluxe pack where you can get teddy bears, stickers, and artwork, which is nice also. But if you just want the base, you'll be loving all of the stretch goals. You really will. If you're a parent, grandparent, parent-to-be, or you just love cuddly games and stories, this one will be your cup of tea instantly, and it's a definite worth a look. We got giddy over it. here at the station and on the video I go bananas about it because it's something I've been waiting for at least 5 years on Kickstarter and nothing's come close. It is doing everything that I want from a game that I would love to play with my kid. So yeah, baby! Yeah, totally insta-back. And what can I say? You need to tell your friends about this. You really do. That are parents, even if they're not board gamers, this is pushing every family to get this game. It is totally enthralling. Oh, just look at all this art. Yeah, with great stories. The chapters are coming in deck boxes, so there could be expansions in the future. This could be the start of a really big franchise. Wow. Do check our video out. We were totally blown away and it hit our news item. This needs to be seen. We love it. Well, that wraps up today's show. It's been a fairly short one, and just like remind you again that tomorrow we'll be doing a special E3 news segment, looking at our top picks and what we thought of this week's virtual E3. So yeah, that'll be a special event that's happening tomorrow. So look at that one as we shy away from board games for one day to give you some news and coverage of the virtual E3, which is the mecca of video games. So look out for that. Well, on that bombshell, this is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.